We all know it. Christmas can feel chaotic, and the holiday hustle often leaves us overwhelmed. But what if there was a way to step back from the Christmas chaos and find comfort in it? Well, these words inspired us. Your nervous system will always choose familiar chaos over unfamiliar peace until you learn to heal and choose different. With that in mind, we're throwing out the question to a woman who's made it her mission to help others find balance in the busy seasons of life. Emotional performance coach Natty Lewis joins me to share her wisdom. Thanks for being here.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
So you said there is a way for us to step back, or maybe even be in the chaos, but not in the chaos. Is that the right way to say it?
Yeah. I like to say we can be in the chaos and not consumed by it.
Okay.
Life is busy and it's chaotic, and you throw the holiday season on it, and we gain an entire to-do list of things to do on top of an already busy schedule. Chaos is about to ensue. Whether you're consumed by it is a personal choice. It's dependent on what you choose to focus on and how you choose to show up. Take, for example, you can think about this as two different parties you've been to. Maybe they had the same amount of people and the same amount of lights and the same amount of noise and food and games, and one of these parties you totally enjoyed. And the other, you were like, oh my gosh, I can't get out of here fast enough. I'm exhausted. This party fatigued me. I want you to take yourself back to that and figure out, when you showed up to the party, what were you focused on and how did you show up? Did you show up tired, or did you show up well rested? Did you show up fed, or did you show up hungry? Did you show up ready to experience something, or did you show up to check a box and create an appearance because you felt obligated?
So a lot of times it's more about the space you are in, not the space you're in.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, that chaos is inevitable in life, right? It's actually part of life, and we can learn to enjoy it and not be consumed by it when we choose what we're going to focus on and how we're going to show up.
That term unfamiliar peace, what do you mean by that?
Well, it is unfamiliar for us to feel peace, actually. In our busy world, we have come to a society where we actually live the vast majority of the time in a space of survival mode. The number of women that I work with that use phrases like, I'm barely hanging on, or I'm hanging on by a thread, or I white-knuckled it through this day. We have become familiar with survival mode. But thriving has become uncomfortable. Thriving, pursuing something we really are passionate about, something we're excited about, something we would really enjoy, has become unfamiliar in our world of survival. And so unfamiliar peace, where I get to actually choose what I want to focus on and choose how I get to show up, and I'm not just surviving the day, unfortunately has become unfamiliar.
Okay, so is that part of your challenge for us, or the way that you can help people is by helping us become familiar with that piece?
Absolutely. We become familiar with that piece by choosing to focus on it and actually being intentional as we approach the holidays. Most people approach the holidays and it becomes, oh my gosh, I have this to bake and this tradition to uphold, and we've got to go sing, and we've got to show up here, and we've got this, we got to show up, we got to buy tickets quick, we got to make it to that show. And I would ask you to take a step back and decide, what do you want to focus on? Like, really, truly, what are the holidays about for you?
Okay, let's talk about that intention, because we liked this that you sent to our producer. Internal and intentional peace are available regardless of the circumstances of our life. So tell us more about that.
Yeah, we will find intentional peace, and we will only find it internally when we figure out how we're going to show up and what we're going to focus on. If I choose for the holiday season to actually come into it and remember what it's all about, right? We've got small children. And for me, the holiday season needs to be about time and family and a little bit of magic.
I was going to say
it's
magic.
Gotta be a little bit
We're
of magic,
in key here. Okay,
right?
yes.
And so if that's my ultimate objective, and that's what I choose to focus on, then when my child is wreaking havoc with the scissors and the paper, and they're making chains and they're hanging them on the wall and they're messy, there's magic in the joy of the ornament they just made, even when it messes with my beautiful tree. And there's magic in the mess because of the joy that it brought to them. If that's my focus, is that joy and that time and that intention, it will not feel like chaos. And how I show up is important. We literally cannot feel peace if we don't show up properly. And the holidays have a tendency to literally wreak havoc.
Yeah.
On women and their foundational needs.
You mentioned how busy we get, and I think a lot of women have that goal of being able to say no when they want to say no, but then they feel guilty. So what is your tip for that and handling that gracefully?
Well, I think it comes back again to the focus, but truly it comes back to how you show up. I want you to think, how many women displace sleep, They don't sleep. Oh, I was shopping and I was busy all day and I forgot to eat lunch. They don't eat. They stay inside all day long because it's cold outside, so they're not getting any sunlight. They replace water with caffeinated beverages because they didn't sleep the night before and now they're dehydrating themselves with caffeine. And then we don't eat fruits and vegetables. We replace those with comfort foods. Like, we literally don't take care of ourselves. So then we don't feel good.
I don't think many people think of this as a way to gain peace, though.
It's amazing.
You're saying we have to.
You have to, because if you feel tired and hungry, like, there's a reason why the word hangry and tangry exist. Can you be peaceful and tired at the same time? Can you be starving and peaceful at the same time? Can you show up as your best self when you're tired and hungry and you've been trapped inside all day long with no fresh air, no sunlight, you haven't eaten well, you don't feel well, your body's all bloated and frumpy, and can you show up as your best self and truly feel good about you or the situation if that's how you feel?
No. And I'd never heard the word tangry, but I'm going to start using it now. Well, I like that you give us those ideas, different ways that we can find peace. I just like the whole way about you, Natty. I'm glad to meet you. Where can people connect?
So you can find us at natty.o.lewis on Instagram is where you can find me and additional ideas, especially around the holidays. And you can also find the work that we do and some of these intentional ideas on ascendeq.com.
Okay, thank you so much for being here.
It was a pleasure.
We'll connect you with her on our website, studio5.ksl.com.